specifically, let's talk about, because this person, Barbara Marciniak, has dealt with the Pleiadians and the reptilians in her book, Bringers of the Dawn. Tell me about what you know about Barbara Marciniak, and is Marciniak's Bringers of the Dawn accurate or inaccurate?
I think there's both accuracy and inaccuracy. The grid is not an energy grid, it's a net that holds us in. I think that she talks a lot about the reptilians eating loosh, the energy from us, and that's absolutely correct. She does not deal with them eating flesh and blood, though, or astral flesh and blood, that I remember. And then she got really bizarre in some of her later works with, just drinking menstrual blood and things like that, that really I thought were getting really sounding very reptilian, in my opinion. But she did have some good stuff, but it's just always mixed in with some disinformation.
Now, you've talked about reptilians masquerading as angels, putting on their angel costumes and putting on light being costumes. And that reptilians have engineered the near-death experiences to dupe humans, and that when spirit people die, they're actually propelled and dumped into the astral. Tell me about your take on the whole near-death and dying experience.
I know that there are people who go into higher worlds. I can't talk to them. They're unavailable, but I have heard that they are, because I know I've asked about some of my loved ones, and they are in a place that's safe. They weren't grabbed and eaten. The people in the lower astral, I think, had problems in their lives, and for some reason the kids got in there too. I don't know how exactly why that happened. When they die, when I've reversed anybody talking about their near-death experience, even though it sounds wonderful in forward speech, it's all about rape, fright, abuse, being knocked around, being threatened, and then they reflect back your own spirituality. We all are very powerful and spiritual. They can manipulate the right temporal lobe and give you lights, camera, action, angels, visions. They can do, because they know our minds. So they erase the abuse, then they give you this beautiful vision, and that's what you come back with, except in your reverse speech part of the mind. That's where you remember what really happened.
Now, Alex Collier talks about the reptilians being master geneticists, and initially having engineered the human race to be a slave race, a mining race for them, and that part of our DNA was taken out, and the reptilian mind, which is the reptilian complex, the R complex in the brain, being inserted there. And do you think this is the way that they're able to know the human mind and manipulate it, or do you have another take on that?
I think that's pretty much right.
Tell me about the masquerading as angels and light beings. Why would they do that? And how do they do that?
They will scan your mind to see what you relate to. If you have a vision of angels with wings and, feminine, blonde, or whatever, they'll appear like that. If you are looking for an Eastern guru with a long beard, they'll give you what they know you would relate to.
In reality,
so they're master manipulators.
They're shapeshifters. Whatever you think or whatever you're looking for, that's what you'll get.
So people who are channeling angels.
I've never heard any channeling that was pure.
And how about a human hearing audible voices or whispers?
That would be an implant, definitely.
Does a television medium like John Edward, who has a syndicated TV show, is he channeling people who have passed on to the safe spot, like some of your relatives? Or is he channeling reptilians who are pretending to be loved ones, or is he just a fake?
Well, the mediums, and I haven't done John Edward much. I just do a little bit, but I've done other mediums, and they're channeling reptilians who, when I say channeling, what happens is, if you're the sitter, there'll be a reptilian scanning your mind to see who you want to talk to. Then the medium, then they will give the medium that information through symbols and voices and audible.